Hello, everyone. My name is Mirna, and on behalf of the Mindalia TV team, we want to welcome you to Mindalia live streaming, where thousands of people around the world gather to see the lectures and interviews organized by Mindalia TV. Today with us, we have the honor of having Angel Ribo. He's a CEO, coach, entrepreneur, philanthropist, and host for Mindalia TV, and he's going to be conducting an interview to Shari Alyse and to Anna Pereira. They are the creators, the founders of the Wellness Universe. The Wellness Universe is a whole directory of wellness, whole health, nutrition, whatever you can imagine about the holistic living that we like so much sharing here in Mindalia TV. Before starting, there is something we want to remind you. If you want to help people just like you to get access to the knowledge that we share in Mindalia TV, there's a couple of things that you can do just by liking this video, leaving us a positive comment down below, or subscribing to our channel. You help us reach as many people around the world as possible. Also, while we are live streaming, we have the active chat. The active chat is available for you to ask questions during the time in which we are live streaming, and at the end of the conference, they will be kind and answer those questions. Without further ado, I'm leaving you with Angel. Angel.
Thank you very much, Mirna, and thank you very much, Anna and Shari, for being here with us today.
Thank you so much for having us. Really excited to be here and honored.
Yes, likewise, Angel. It's such a pleasure. We really are big fans of yours. We think you're just great, and we are very honored to be here with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Absolutely. So let's start the conversation because we have a wealth of knowledge, of experience, and excitement to share tonight. So let's start with a very simple question, which is, both wellness and universe are very generic terms, very generic words. How did you start this amazing journey called Wellness Universe?
Well, that is quite a story in itself. Anna and I basically, we each had our own journey to get where it is that we are. And we came together through Facebook quite a few years ago, and really we're running in a circle of inspirational people who were really using their lives to better the world. And we were starting to notice that more and more it was challenging for people who had this amazing message, for people who had this amazing mission and purpose, for their messages to be heard in the world because of algorithms, because of whatever's happening, in the online world. And we knew that the planet, humanity they were hurting people all over the world, and they needed us more than ever. And so Anna came to me one day and basically said, well, instead of all of us being frustrated about this and complaining about it, why don't we just create our own platform, a platform where all of us are seen and our messages are heard. And so that happens at the end of 2013. And in 2014, we started gathering the community. And in 2015 live, we went to the world, and the Wellness Universe was officially born.
Wow. So what were your stories? I mean, maybe you can share yours, Shari, and then we go for Anna's story. What took you there? Where did that frustration initiate?
Well, everybody has their own story, of course, and all the things that they've had to go through and the obstacles that they faced. And for myself personally, that was no different. During my childhood, at a young age of 7, I experienced sexual abuse in my own life, and then just dealt with the ramifications from that, and a household that was from divorced parents. And so it was just a challenging time for me. And during the 1980s, which I totally just aged myself, but that's cool. During the 1980s, no one was really talking about any of this, about sexual abuse, and except, Oprah at some point when she first came out. And for me, that was really my outlet, was this person who made me feel like I was less alone. And I remember thinking, this is what I want to do for other people. I really just want to help ease other people's journeys and the things that they've been through. So that kind of started my own personal journey. And I remember not being able to ever stop talking and really anything that I had experienced and anything that I was like, that I had felt like that I had overcome or surpassed, I just wanted to share that with people. And so that began my journey really of motivational speaking and coaching and writing. And I realized one day, as much to my chagrin, I wanted to be able to save the whole world, but I knew that I couldn't actually do that alone. And so being able to have the Wellness Universe and a community of people that are here to serve others really was the answer. Even though I didn't know it at the time, it just showed up and I said, ah, duh, of course. Of course it's a community of people. It's not just yourself. And so that was really how all of this came about for me. And my own mission really at the end of the day is to ease people, to let them know that they're enough, and that joy is in all of it, the self-acceptance of all of who you are, the good, the bad, the ugly, the pretty, all of it is its perfection.
Excellent. Ana Pereira, the co-founder of Wellness Universe. Take the stage, please, and share with us, what was your life about before you joined forces with Shari and when you started this amazing story called Wellness Universe.
Thank you, Angel. Well, I am a firm believer in, if you really commit to owning who you are, owning what you want, and really believing that there is something greater out there for you, that it will happen. But you have to wholeheartedly believe in that and really pursue it. And just a short story really quickly. I believe so much in those world changers and those people who are here to help heal the world, because we will not run out of people who need healing. We will not run out of people who need help and support. So to create the Wellness Universe with all of these helpers and healers and supporters, to collaborate and co-create and be there for all of these people and get the mindset and to spread the message that, hey guys, we got to come together in order to really make a big difference. And like Shari found, that together is how we actually will make a difference, and getting back to my story, my one story was that I believe when I gave fear over, and when I said, look I'm done, I'm not going to let anyone judge me. I'm going to find I want God to deliver me, just somebody beautiful, somebody who's going to make beautiful children with me, and somebody who's going to allow me to live my happiness. And when I stopped fearing other people judging me, fearing other people holding me back, that's when I was delivered my most amazing husband a few months later. And to prove that point, it was only about 8 weeks from the moment I met him to the day that we got married, and we've been married nearly 9 years now. And if anyone knows us, they will say to you, oh my gosh, Anna and Hugo are just like such an inspirational couple. Like, you guys are so cute together. And but it took a lot for me to get there. Through my whole entire life, it was a challenge for me. I speak about this often when I share. I didn't really feel supported on my journey as a child, as a young woman, as a single woman. I always was basically, I heard the message at home, we can't afford this. So there was always the money thing. I was told basically, just stay out of trouble, don't get pregnant, stay out of trouble, go to work, oh, we can't afford college, so you're not going. So these messages that I grew up with caused some very negative programming in my brain, but I knew that there was something more out there for me. And I knew that there was something more, that there are other people that felt like this, like I felt. No encouragement, no support, but yet I had the tenacity, the resilience to know that there was more out there for me. And I had at one point a clothing line. And when I had this clothing line, it was actually about encouragement and inspiration and empowerment for women. And when I used to do my buyer shows, to take my clothing lines to, stores, to retail, I would be there talking to people, and people would be like, are you a motivational speaker? And I'm like, I don't even know what a motivational speaker is.
And then a lot like I did.
Yeah. I would just say, be a source of encouragement for women. You know what I mean? It's about, having self-love and self-respect and, and the law of attraction. I was talking about these things without really knowing the philosophies of them, without really understanding what they were. I wasn't exposed to them. I didn't read self-help books or self-improvement books. I didn't watch the programs. I happened to catch like Wayne Dyer or Tony Robbins on like PBS when I was in my 20s, but I didn't know who they were, and nor did I like follow them. but there was just something in me, a calling to do this. And then I eventually developed my spirituality more. And as I got more in touch with my spirituality, I became more of a conduit for inspiration. And then when I got married and went to Portugal, because I lived between Portugal and New Jersey, I created a inspirational jewelry collection. And through this inspirational jewelry collection, I said, I'm going to let people know who I am and inspire them through my words on my Facebook page. And from there, it really started to chisel out where I am today. And, you know, and the most beautiful thing is leaving the journey open, just getting on the road and taking it step by step. And that's how I really got to where I am today. But I mean, you know, I can't say there's any specific thing like I was, you know, sexually abused, or there was some significant, like that, something that really I can hone in on that people would really understand, like that was the reason. But I can tell you it was a lifetime of heartache, a lifetime of bullying, a lifetime of not really getting supported. I was bullied and everything else. So it was all of these things that led to where I am now, and saying, we can be the change. We don't have to feel like this. And for those around us that are in pain, that are hurting, that do need, you know, the proper assistance, there are these people, these amazing, wonderful angels out there, but angels out there
angel.
that are here to facilitate the help that people need in a safe space. So that's really, you know, long story long, that's really the journey for me.
What is the role of encouragement inside the wellness universe?
What do you mean? What do you mean the role of encouragement?
I mean, what does, because I mean, both stories are like really like coming out of, you know, overcoming and encouraging not only yourselves but also I guess the entire, you know, community of wellness universe. So how do you do that? How does the community encourage each other to come out of where they were before to become the members of the community that you want them to be?
So one of the most important things that we feel we do is, you know, as wellness practitioners and heart-centered entrepreneurs, there's so many people have this desire to help and heal, but a lot of times, you know, the business side does not come with that. And I know that well from my past. You know, it's like, I'm so passionate about this, but I don't know what to do with my passion except just put it out there, you know, so we really, because we believe wholeheartedly in the world changers, we really have set up a behind the scenes for them to be able to teach them and business tips to be able to help them grow their own businesses. And we're all there for each other. You know, we've set up private community for them. So we come together to be able to support and assist them personally and professionally. So there's all different ways that we show up for them. And the most important thing to Anna and I really is being humans with them. You know, we're not just a company. We meet with them. We get on, you know, calls with them regularly. It's super important. If we're going to change the world and talk about community, we need to be a community and not just talk about it.
Exactly. Because again, I think I can see myself a lot of, you know, wellness practitioners today, which are missing that part, that not necessarily have the business acumen or even the support from a community. So how, you know, you just mentioned a way that the wellness universe can help them, but what are the founding principles of the wellness universe that you would like to share with Mindalia TV's audience today?
Well, some of our core values, honestly, it's all about being authentic and having integrity, sharing your truth, sharing your story, because we know, and Shari and I share this message all the time, the more in alignment you are with your story and the more you can share your story, the more that you're going to find not only your ideal client, but that you're going to impact the world. And that's just part of our core, you know, our core values.
As well as no competition and collaboration and co-creation. For us, it's about, listen, there's going to be thousands of life coaches out there and there's going to be thousands of Reiki practitioners, but there's always going to be one person for everybody. And so if we are all able to come together and support and uplift each other and not try to basically crush each other, you know, and push each other out of the way, ultimately everybody wins. Everybody is seen, everybody's heard, and everybody finds the right person.
What's the size of the community today? I don't know if that's a number that you can share.
We've actually just crossed the threshold of 2,800. I think 2,800
Wow.
vetted members, and each of the members is reviewed to be a real person doing what they're doing, because the internet and Facebook and a lot of other platforms has allowed Facebook now is running their big advertising campaign about, you've been bombarded with fake news and fake people and this and that through the Facebook channel, which we need it to get our message out, of course. But where we have taken the extra step is we really take a look at who these people are, what they're doing, and if there's a little bit of a track record established, and then we say, yes, you qualify to be here at the Wellness Universe. So there's a soft vetting process.
28, I mean, the power of creation of 2,800 people is, let's say, big,
Yes.
right? I mean, could you tell us, I mean, maybe some activities, initiatives that you have in place so they not only collaborate, but they create things together inside the Wellness Universe community?
Well, last year we all came together to do One Ripple, which was for International Day of Peace. And this year we haven't announced our community project, but we will be doing that. So we really are trying to work on coming together as a whole as a community, but also for them to be able to, we've set up ways for people to be able to collaborate on books, on summits. There's this great parenting summit coming up where we have, I think it's at least 8 to 10 world changers. We were all just in a Joy and Abundance summit. So there's really ways that we're coming together powerfully to be able to affect change. And really the sky is the limit when it comes to, what we can do and what we are doing. And ultimately what we're hoping for and what we're creating are more live events, because the world needs more in-person connection with each other. We need to look in each other's eyes. We need to hug. We need to actually have conversations that take place offline. So for us, it really is about gathering the community online and then, hey, let's get out in the world and let's really do something.
Wellness is obviously a very generic term, and everybody who's a practitioner, they understand the term. Let's put ourselves in the boots of the users, right? Of the people on the streets that are not practitioners. How do you think that, getting or knowing that the Wellness Universe exists, how is it going to help or impact their lives positively?
Well, we see wellness definitely as covering 7 areas, first of all. So we've classified that into a little bit, broad categories of environmental, emotional, intellectual, occupational, physical, social, and spiritual wellness, because we do believe that wellness is anything that positively affects your life and that you could take action on is something that's contributing to your wellness and your well-being. So to get the word out there, we have, for instance, 2 to 3 blogs that go up a day. We are also a content-based platform, which is also all of our members' content. We barely actually create our own content because we allow this platform and this stage to send the message out across the globe, because people support and the community shows up to support that content, and it reaches thousands and thousands of people. So one of the ways is basically grassroots. We help each other out. We share the message that we are a member of the Wellness Universe. We share what we do. People, word of mouth, say what we are and what we do to their community. We're really big on social media. And on the platform itself, we have the Woo newsfeed that our members can post to the newsfeed and get their messages out. They can have their own blog on the platform to get their messages out. And then we also have a learning platform where people can host their classes and workshops and things like that to get their message out. And all of this is supported by each other, because everyone who knows to show up, and then they, I scratch your back, you scratch mine type of thing. We all help each other out. But also, as the Wellness Universe itself, we help in a bigger way get the message out through the social media channels and the platform itself, and through wonderful interviews like this with you, Angel. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I mean, my immediate question is, okay, so where can our audience go right now to see all this wealth of content being generated by an incredible community of wellness practitioners. I mean, of a size of 2,800. Where can we go? Where can they go?
So you can go directly to thewellnessuniverse.com. And as a user of this, you will be able to find a directory immediately that you'll be able to find any area of wellness that you're looking for. If you're looking for something about depression or anxiety or just nutrition, yoga, whatever that is for you, you can go and look that up, and then you'll be able to be connected to our world changers. You can message them directly. What our hope for your audience is that they will be able to go there finding one sort of healing that they're looking for, and then be able to discover a different area of wellness, something that they've never thought about, something that is brand new to them, but will help and assist them in their full healing. So there's multiple ways. So they go to thewellnessuniverse.com, they can apply or register to be our Woo friend, and that gives them access to the feed, to our members, and to all of the content that we have.
What would you say is the number one topic that typically the public is interested in on your platform? Have you been able to identify what the people most frequently looks after or looks for?
I kind of monitor what blog posts are most often read and shared, and a lot of people want positive reinforcement. So a lot of people are into the affirmations, and then we have a lot about self-confidence and emotional well-being. And then honestly, most of it is on the emotional and spiritual level, and then the physical wellness, the physical well-being is a little bit lower on the totem pole as far as what's popular through our channel. But we definitely want to say people are reaching for that spiritual connectiveness, that feel good. I know that, self-love exists. I know that there's a way for me to be more confident so I could achieve my dreams. And the more that we see that, the better that we feel, because we know once you're in alignment with that, you're going to do better things for yourself, or you're going to eat better. You're going to take better care of your vessel once you know what your vessel is actually carrying inside of you and how much you love that. You love, your soul, your spirit, and how you want to nourish that and take care of that. So, and then also when people find a very specific thing, like when there's thyroid blogs that go up, or there's anxiety blogs that go up, when it's a very specific issue. But I would say generally, people are really just looking to better themselves on a spiritual level, in addition to the physical levels and the different health issues that people are, facing.
It's absolutely. Sorry, go ahead, Shari.
No, I was just going to say, I think people ultimately want to be happy. I think that's what they search for, is when you say, what do you want from life? People are like, I want to be happy. And so they're really seeking anything that's going to make them feel that way. And so a lot of what Anna's saying is absolutely right. So people are like, okay, maybe it's self-confidence, maybe it's this, or, oh, I have trauma in my life, and they're looking up grief and trauma because they just want to move through something and feel good. So it's really our feel good content and our world changers that positively uplift.
You touched upon the word and the subject of health. Health is, we have, we are extremely concerned about health and the way that we can help and inspire people to, go over treatments related to their health. Obviously, when the health is not good, then, we're so attached to our physical body that obviously that represents a lack of happiness, as you said. So what different avenues of health practitioners do you have inside the wellness universe?
Like who's going? So we have all different types of physical health. I mean, we have, your mainstream medical doctors. We've got chiropractors. We've got acupuncturists. We've got, I don't even know. I'm blanking. Anna, any other?
Well, actually, a lot of your physical wellness is attributed to your nutrition. So we have a lot of nutrition, because a lot of things have come out in recent times. I mean, 20 years ago, you never heard of gut health and how it affects your brain, or how it affects your everything, your overall chemistry, how you're feeling, and inflammation getting triggered and all this other stuff. So a lot about nutrition, but nutrition in a very healing way, in a healthy way, not just calories and food and the dynamic of what vitamin helps you with this, but literally a very holistic approach to nutrition. And so that's another thing that we definitely have a lot of, and it's well represented on the site. And they're very vocal. They're very adamant about their way that they deliver their health content. A lot of authors as well, and coaches that do, you know, one-on-one or workshops or whatever. But that's another one. Yeah.
And it's so interesting though, because as we mentioned physical health, you know, obviously the wellness universe is about complete, like, holistic, total well-being. And so all of our even mainstream physical doctors all go back to our emotional health, because everybody is waking up to the fact that it's all connected, you know, and you can't have one without the other. So even our nutritionists or, you know, trainers are like, you gotta, you know, take care of your emotional well-being too. So it's really all just cross-pollinated everywhere, and that's what we love.
Yeah.
And how do you see wellness in the world? Because obviously you are connected not only to a large community of practitioners, but also to, you know, being the wellness universe. It means that you're really exposed to a lot regarding wellness. How do you see, like, the future of wellness in the planet? You both mentioned humanity doing good. How do you see the future of wellness?
Our goal really is to be the catalyst for, you know, and the conduit for everyone to get together on all the levels. Because as Shari mentioned, you know, we're recognizing it's not just about changing your diet. It's about emotional eating. Why are people binging? Why do you have an eating disorder? You know, it's about the emotional thing. And it's not just, and honestly, you don't even hear certain terms anymore, like anorexia or bulimia. People are now getting to the root of the emotional issue and the trauma that somebody's facing or whatever. So I think that on a global level, what we want to do, and really our mission, I think going forward, is to really connect this disconnect that's happening socially, so more people are helped with their own issues. The terminologies are going to change. The science behind, you know, treatments and therapies are going to change. It's always going to be an evolution. But I think if we come together and we help educate each other and share these different resources, like Shari said before, we want to help people get cross-pollinated. Like if you come for back pain, for instance, and you find a chiropractor, that's your normal, who you would think of. But then maybe if there's acupuncture, acupressure, or maybe there's, you know, your nutrition and it's inflammation that's causing the back pain, or, you know, the way that you I don't know, the way you manage your day, you know, so you need like a life coach, you know, because it's stress. So that's what we really hope, is to create this environment that everyone really understands that for you to be happy, again, like Shari said, it's this whole gamut and a very holistic approach. And that's really where we see, because people are more open now and they understand it's all of these different dynamics. And we want to be the conduit for that.
If I might add as well, is where we see wellness going, is really understanding that wellness is on an individual level. So if we are wanting the world to be well as a whole, then each of us individually need to work on ourselves and come to that healing. And once we're able, we always say, you know, it's about creating happy, healthy, and whole people. And that in itself then creates a happy and healthy whole world. So wellness isn't about, hey, it's you over there and you've got an issue and that place has, you know, that needs fixing. It's about, no, how can I walk through this world as my best self? Because when I show up as my best self, then I stop taking from others, I share more, I'm kinder, I'm more loving, and everybody benefits from that.
Let's be very practical now. Let's say that, you know, our audience, our viewers.
And practicality, Angel.
Exactly, very practical. Let's give them a piece of advice, if you were so kind. Someone that is you know, is watching this interview and they love what they're hearing. They realize the wealth of practitioners that are inside the wellness universe. You mentioned before that probably the first step would be to go to your website and see, and maybe read the blogs. So you can really, you mentioned before, they can start interacting with the practitioners themselves. Is that what's going to happen?
Absolutely. If they write a blog, they can connect with the author right on the platform. If they want to do a search right off of the bat by going to thewellnessuniverse.com, they're shown a few people there right there that are served up to them. Also, there's a search bar, and they can search for a very specific phrase or word in addition to picking from a keyword list, so that's the first step. And then they can literally connect with them right on the platform by registering as a Woo friend, which is a Wellness Universe friend. And then they could send a private message, and everything is kept private and confidential, which is also another thing that's important to us, because we know that we deal with some sensitive topics, maybe like domestic violence or rape or things like this. And we want to make sure that whoever comes and visits the site is only connecting with someone, and it's not public anywhere.
Excellent. I when we were preparing our interview today, I came across this. I mean, your participation on an event, which is a sports event, right? Could you tell us a little bit more what that represents for the Wellness Universe, and what's the goal? What's the main goal for you being at that incredible event? You guys are gonna love what Anna and Shari are gonna share with you.
Go ahead, Shari. I know you love that.
So we've been invited to a very prestigious event that's been going on for 23 years, and it's called Soccer X. And it is an event that brings together the industry of soccer, so the leading academies and the coaches and the teams and anything that has to do with the upper level of soccer. And what's usually just a sports-driven event, we've now been invited to represent the wellness area in soccer. So that is a huge shift for wellness and the world, because to be able to now want to include the Wellness Universe and wellness and people's whole health beyond just playing the game and what the obvious thing of what you would expect to come from there is a major shift for our planet. It's a major shift for the Wellness Universe. It's a major shift for you because it just means that people are recognizing more and more that it's less about, not that it's less about your talent. Your talent is obviously important. It's why you're playing the game, but your talent's only going to last so long if you're not feeling well. So we're really excited to be a big part of this.
Yeah, and if I could add to that, I think that, now many people are coming forth with the thing that gives them that edge. And a lot of people are coming forth with their mindfulness practice, with their NLP coaches that they've, been consulting with hypnotherapy that they've been using, in addition to the physical things that are making them well, that are natural sources of wellness and healing, and then there's things in the industry that need to be addressed. What happens to these players after they're done and they retire? Do they get career coaching? Do they know what to do with their lives afterwards? Some of them, especially when players come from other countries, sometimes only finish high school. In US, it's a little different. To be recruited, you typically have to go and finish high school and college in order to go play professional. In other countries, some don't even finish high school. In a lot of other countries, in Europe, at least most finish their high school and then go right into professional sports. So, and then what happens when you get injured? What about the injuries and then the addiction that happens there, or not getting back in the game, and then the mental, the mental support that you're going to need as players. So this is such a huge opportunity, and just it's so epic for us, because not only will we serve on the level of what's going on right now, like, hey, let's get a mindfulness practice incorporated into FC Dallas or whatever, and show up for the team once a week and do a mindfulness practice or a meditation with the team, get everybody on the same page, but also for the whole, reaching out to the families and the children of the sport in the academies, things like that. Of course, the people who are going to be in attendance of this show are the CEOs, the decision makers, the investors. It's not a consumer event. This is where the bigwigs come to network, to see what's going on, to get that leg up, to get that leading edge, for their team, for their, for their organization. These are the people who are going to be at this event. So it is, we're going to be talking to the audience where it's going to make a bigger sound, the media, things like this. So we're super excited because it's going to be tremendous. It's going to be tremendous. And it is the first one, actually the second one, I think, in history that they're doing in US, and the first one in many, many, many years. It's going to be in Miami in November at the Marlin Stadium. So it's going to be a real massive event. Yeah, thanks for asking about that, Angel. We're really proud to be there.
I was absolutely. I mean, I was born in a country in Spain in which obviously soccer is extremely important. Being here in Dallas for the last almost 10 years, I can tell in the schools, my kids, my own kids. I mean, soccer is so popular, and I mean, of my 3 kids, I mean, actually my daughter is the one who is more excited about playing soccer. So exactly, it's really, really popular, and there's a lot of different activities, initiatives taking place all over the country related to soccer. So there's definitely a place for increasing the wellness in the soccer industry in general. What would you say that people attending? You said it's not for the consumer, so is there still a possibility for maybe practitioners that still do not belong to the wellness universe, maybe to join you during the event? What can they do?
Well, they can, so they would go to the wellnessuniverse.com, or actually the best way would be to contact us through email, which there's a contact form on there, and we can send them information about how to participate in this and submit their proposal and how they want to be a part of it. And you have to be a member of the Wellness Universe, which is so easy and a great motivator. So all they have to do is contact us.
Excellent. Wonderful. So, before we start the Q&A, the questions and answers from our audience, I would like to give you both the opportunity. As I said before, we're very practical. We like to help our audience a lot, and we've learned a lot of lessons listening to the wise advice of our guests. So I would really love to give you the opportunity to just share whatever comes to your heart, your mind right now to help our the Mindalia TV viewers today.
The only advice I can give, and the only message I'm getting right now, is whatever is eating at you, that little thing that you wake up with every day, that you take with you every day, whatever that little thing is, whether you feel like it's a habit that you want to break, or a habit that you want to create, or something that you just don't feel good about, or something that, or a physical issue that you have, find a resource for it to, get it out of your way, because these little things that you carry with you all day long, they get in your way of, again, like Shari said, your happiness, your wholeness, and whatever that little thing is. And start small. It doesn't have to be a big thing. Like if you have to lose 100 pounds, 1 pound at a time. Like how do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. Nobody wants to eat an elephant. We're not eating elephants, folks. But anything that disrupts your peace, anything that you could do to give yourself more peace, give yourself more happiness, one little thing at a time. Just start doing something good for yourself, showing yourself self-love, to better yourself and increase your happiness and your awareness of who you are, and get in touch with who you are, so it'll lead you down that path to be happier and healthier and more whole.
And you probably won't believe this, but I got cut out. So can you just say briefly, really quickly, what the question was?
Oh, yeah. No issue. I just wanted to give you the opportunity to share a piece of advice or whatever comes to your heart or to your mind right now that you would like to leave the audience with.
Well, what always comes to my heart, and it's something that I've learned and working on, because I feel like we're all always a work in progress, and we never attain this. You see all these inspirational people and all of these people that are teaching you, but people often forget. They think that we don't have issues, and every single one of us goes through something, and it's really about using the tools that you've learned to be able to navigate those issues. So my thing that I really want to share with everybody is go easy on yourself. I mean, we are the ones that have to be kind to ourselves and compassionate and loving. And so whatever it is that you are currently going through or might go through, give yourself a break, give yourself a little loving, and really just be at ease and know that it always, always works out in your favor.
Excellent. Let's go for the questions then. Thank you very much, Shari and Anna. I will, at the end of the questions and answers, I will allow you again to repeat the name of your website so everybody knows where to find you and how to get the support and the help that we have been explaining throughout the interview. So the first question is about the website. I think we already said that. Would you mind sharing again the name of your website, please?
Sure, it's thewellnessuniverse.com.
Don't forget the word "the" in front.
Okay. Next question. So is there a specific practice or profession which is needed to be part of the wellness universe? I guess it's just as a practitioner, I guess.
No, and we accept anybody from a hobbyist to a professional, to PhDs. It's anyone who is making the world a better place and supporting what they're putting out there. Because some people might just be a blogger. Some people may be just a content creator and just an inspirational person. Some people might do things just to serve their community and the world. And they put out that content to inspire others to feel good. So it depends. So that's why we call them Woo World Changers, who are the practitioners, Wellness Universe World Changers, because anyone and everyone is accessible that makes you feel better as a person. So there's really no criteria, just that you have to stand behind what it is that you're putting out there to support people have a happier, healthier, and whole life.
Excellent. Next question. Is there any low cost program to assist anxiety or depression?
So the best way to do that is to go right to the website, thewellnessuniverse.com, and seek out those who help with anxiety and depression. And each one of our members has their own individual programs, courses, things like that.
Okay.
Personally, can I add my personal opinion about that?
No.
Sorry. I just want to say that I used tapping to help with my anxiety, and that works wonders, as well as I just go out on long walks in nature, and that helps. But there's definitely a lot of people with different modalities. And that's why it's not just about solving the situation and asking about anxiety in general. It is about the myriad of modalities. And that's why, to put in the word anxiety, there's talk therapy, there's all kinds of things. There's, meditations. So that's why, to type in the word anxiety, you'll be greeted with all of these different practitioners and different methods, and you'll be cross-pollinated, as Shari said before. And it's not just about, some people offer free things. A lot of people offer a lot of free things also, by the way, because when people are doing their business online, they do a lot of free things, so you get to know who they are. So please go and check them out, because there are tons of resources you can get for free. And then you can pick from there who you want to work with.
Excellent. Good. Next question. Thank you. Are there practitioners, all over the US?
Yes, our practitioners are actually global. So wherever you are in the world, yes, we're global. So wherever you are in the world, there most likely will be someone near you.
Okay,
and if not, they do online sessions, so everybody is, digital these days.
The follow-up question was, is it open yet in other countries? So it's obviously, the answer is yes. Let me ask you something related to that, which is the language. Are there different languages? Are there other practitioners that are able to, help and support their, let's say, clients or patients using different languages? I mean, other than English?
Yes, we have many practitioners that speak Spanish, Bulgarian, French, Italian, Portuguese. We have plenty of different practitioners, but again, within their specialty, but we do have practitioners that speak different languages. And once you go to their profile page, you'll be able to find that out.
Excellent. Thank you. Next question. I think we're going to have to ask two questions, or the same question goes to both of you. We can start with Anna. Then, do you feel as this was your life mission?
I'm not dead tomorrow, or I hope not. So I don't know if it's my life mission. However, I do feel that this was a divine gift from God, the vision of this, and to connect with Shari and to create this with her, along with our community and our team. Every moment of every day, I feel that this is what I was put here to do. Aside from my personal things that I want to do, you know, I feel this is a calling of mine. Whether it's the end, I don't know. I definitely see a long road in front of me without any stops here. Like, this is going to be this is a project. It's a long-term project that will continue to evolve and become greater and grander. But I definitely feel that this is one of my life's missions. Yeah.
Excellent. Shari?
And same question. So the thing that I've learned the most in my life, and there's a saying out there, and I'm not good at quotes, so I'm not even going to pretend to quote it, but it's basically about the minute that you make plans, God laughs at you, or whatever that is. And so, as Anna said, I really feel the same way, that the road is so open, and my mission, I know for sure, is to serve and help others, to heal. And so through the wellness universe, I am living that. We are living that. And so however that shows up, we are so open. And right now, in this moment, the wellness universe is doing that. So that is my life mission.
Excellent. Thank you. I have a few questions here. They are related to specific conditions. I don't know if maybe you would like to address them like before saying, please go to your website, or how would you like to handle those? You know, there's people asking about migraines. There's people asking about cancer, for instance.
The unique thing, Angel, sorry to interrupt. The unique thing is that I'm not a practitioner of wellness other than encouragement and upliftment and empowerment. But I am the catalyst and the conduit. So I can assure you, any condition that you have, and this is the most beautiful thing, again, about the wellness universe. If you put the condition there's a beautiful gold and indigo search bar, and if you type in the condition, whatever it is that you're looking for, you're going to be greeted with people, and you may find things that are atypical to what you expect. And probably if you're struggling with this condition, you're actually looking for an alternative means of getting therapy and getting help. So the wellness universe is actually that one-stop shop where you can find these different areas and these different modalities. Like maybe you have a food allergy. That's why you're having migraines. You know, so that this is exactly the reason the wellnessuniverse.com exists, is to help people understand that it might not just be like, you know, one type of therapy they've been programmed to assume, or a pill to take. This is the actual best place for them to go and read the different people's practices and how they can help these people. So as far as anything anyone is suffering with, please just go and type it into that search bar and come up with a myriad, a banquet of different practitioners with different modalities. That's my answer to that.
Well, I have the same answer because I'm not a physical practitioner, so I can't answer about headaches and cancer, unfortunately, but our world changers can.
Awesome. Thank you. It was very specific. I just love how easy it is to get in touch with so many practitioners in one place. Thank you. The next question, what do you recommend to the young entrepreneur trying to find his place in this challenging economy?
I'm gonna let Anna do that one.
Oh, that's mine. That's mine. That's for me. Definitely, if I'm going to be completely straight up and honest with you, you definitely have to have a means to support you. Your dream will only get you so far. You have to have the training, and you have to have one of my biggest things that I always say to people is you have to have people around you to support you. It might not be your friends, it might not be your family, but if you have a business partner like Shari and I are there for each other, we've been together since 2014, and have been here for each other through thick and through thin. day and night, light and dark, good and bad, and it literally is closer than a marriage in some situations. So you have to have a support group around you. You have to have people that definitely will push you and support you at the same time. And as well, again, learn what you need to learn, get out there, make connections, make relevant connections, and really dig deep for your value. So you let that come through. Don't let anyone tell you how you're to show up. Don't let anyone tell you how you are to do your business, because all of those things out there, all of those marketing ploys, all of those people that tell you how you should be, they can't be you. And you were given a gift for a special reason to deliver your message through your entrepreneurial channel the way that you were meant to do it, and no one else can do it that way. So my more advice is, do you the way you feel that you're called to do, in integrity and alignment, and be authentic to how you're being called to do it, and find the people that support you to do it, and make sure that you have the funding or the champions around you to help you get it off the ground and keep it going, because nothing feels worse. You won't feel more crestfallen than not being able to see your dreams through because you can't eat or pay the rent. And that's just really, that's the reality of starting your own business.
Excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have you found resistance from the big corporations for offering an alternative to so many different health and personal problems?
No. I just want to say, we haven't gotten to that place. Of course, there's, where at some point there will be, or maybe, but I think more and more people are opening up to the idea, and people are awakening to the fact that, the pills and, these Band-Aids really aren't working. And it's a touchy subject, so that's kind of why I'm hesitant about this. But, it's really, listen, science is now talking about spirituality. You have sciences and spiritual stuff mixing together. So I think that more and more people are awakening to it, and the big businesses and corporations are going to have to shut up.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Next question. What do you expect? SoccerX, right? It's the name of the event that you said you were going to be participating. What do you expect to be the outcome of that presence in the wellness universe at the SoccerX event?
Oh my gosh. Well, we really expect that puts on the map the game-changing effects that incorporating wellness and well-being practices can do for an individual or an organization, as well as introduce really great products, because we know there are some really great products out there that don't necessarily fit into the technology piece or, the other areas of SoccerX. So to really introduce people to a practice, and also perhaps clear up some sort of misguided thoughts around things that people may think are spiritual, but they're actually a practice of wellness, and really change the game. That was a pun. Change the game for not only the people in the industry, but also for the practitioners, to open up new channels for them to really get their modalities out there in bigger ways. So that's really, I think, Shari, right? That would be, our main goals.
I think just when people see that athletes and celebrities and people really are embracing that wellness, and that it isn't, again, just about the game and the talent, and that there's so much more involved. Because if these athletes are not feeling good emotionally, they can't show up and be their best out on the field. And so I think the understanding of that and the seeing of that is going to change all areas of our lives, and all, just to become more mainstream. And we need wellness to be mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
Next question. Could you please repeat the dates for the soccer event, the SoccerX event?
Yeah, I believe it's November 15th and 16th.
Yes.
And it's going to be at Marlin Stadium. And again, we don't have too much information yet because we're creating the event now. It's going to be, if you follow the Wellness Universe If you go to thewellnessuniverse.com and if you check there, also if you follow our Facebook page, you'll see posts about it. And as soon as more comes out about it, you'll be hearing about it. If you follow Shari and myself on our LinkedIn pages, we also will post there. So it'll be posted around when we have more information.
Oh, excellent. Thank you. Next question. Do you think that sports like, basketball, American football, or even baseball, do you think that they would also benefit from a collaboration with the Wellness Universe?
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely. I know, the NBA, I believe, just signed some big thing. I believe it's for meditation that they're bringing into their training. I mean, it is, Tom Brady was talking about his spiritual practices that, he has, and, cupping and acupuncture. I mean, there's so much. So yes, absolutely. Every sport, every person can benefit from this.
Okay. Excellent. Another question. Is the Wellness Universe for services only, or do you guys also have products for sale?
Our members have products. There are many different products out there. Anything from like yoga mats to nutrition programs and the products to support the programs. So there's just all different kinds of things. Again, it's such a broad, it's such a broad offering.
And it's on an individual basis of our members. The Wellness Universe itself, us, do not have products, but all of our members, most of our members do.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. And I think it's the last question is about you two. Is that, so after the Soccer X event, what's next?
Everything, the world. I mean, it's not going to stop. It's going to get bigger and more dynamic, doing more live events, festival type events, family-based events, retreats and workshops, things like that. This is really where we want to take it. Like Shari was talking about it earlier, bringing it really back to real people, connecting with real people, and introducing people to different, modalities of wellness and enjoying it, and not feeling like, oh, I don't belong there because that's like, kind of hippie or whatever. We want to demystify and break down that judgment zone, and we want to create that whole space where people feel good at, and that's really where we're going in the future, along with, of course, improved technology, improvements and new features to the platform. We offer, by the way, we also have a monthly free meditation that has helped several people. So things like that, basically more of that in the future.
The Wellness Universe is growing to be the one-stop shop for wellness. So to make it easily accessible for you, the user, to be able to not have to search in a million places for something, you come here and you find everything you need.
Yes.
Excellent. We believe that there's always a community which is never supported enough. When we talk to people that there's so much present in the world, they typically cannot ask questions, they cannot type into search boxes, and those are the kids. And very often our personal stories are so close to our childhood, right? So I would like, that's a question coming from what we see every day. So how do you think that your community is today helping those that cannot search on your search box?
Shari.
Well, currently, or what we're going to grow into, this is really where our heart is. I can only speak for myself, and my mission is to work with kids and to be able to get them from a young age to understand who they are and their wellness in the world, and how much that means, and how they will succeed because of the ways that they feel about themselves. And so part of our mission as we grow, especially these live events, is really to get the kids involved. We want the Wellness Universe to have a kids section, because this shouldn't be something that's just for adults. This is all of us as human beings, as spiritual beings, for the children, because if we cannot get them to understand the magnificence and the magnitude of who they really are, then we're never going to be able to change the world. So I can keep going.
We're very passionate about. Yeah, we're very passionate
about the kids.
Yes.
Excellent. Yeah, I was really surprised when you mentioned family events for the first time. Now you reiterated, you emphasized the importance. We couldn't agree more. We're all in, we're definitely all of us very sensitive about, our children and all the children in the world. So we have just come to an end. So I really wanted to thank you in the name of Mindalia TV and of our audience. Thank you very much for being so genuine, so full of energy. It's been a pleasure to have you with us today. And Mindalia TV is your home now as well. So thank you very much, Anna, and thank you very much, Shari, for being with us tonight.
Thank you and bless the audience. We were so honored. And again, Mindalia TV, thank you all for all your support and this opportunity.
Thank you, Angel, and thank you, everybody.
Thank you. And again, this is Angel Ribo with Mindalia TV. And thank you very much for being with us today. Bye-bye.